Hi friends, today I am finally going to do the Shakespeare Tag. Now, it is, I guess, better late than never, right? We're still in September. We're still in the midst of ShakeTube. The guys and I that are moderating have one more video going up tomorrow that hopefully, if I get this out before then, that will make sense, on the play Hamlet. So yeah, we still have some time in ShakeTube, so I feel like it's okay to do this at the end. So this tag was created by Libby Stevenson, and I will put her channel down below for you. And I was tagged by Jason from Old Blues Chapter and Verse months ago, way before ShakeTube even happened. But I originally was thinking, oh, I'll do this at the beginning of ShakeTube and that will make sense. Then life just got crazy and I just forgot to film it. Now we're just going to get right into it. So question 1 is, what was my first exposure to William Shakespeare? And that would probably be Romeo and Juliet in high school, and also A Midsummer Night's Dream in high school. Like most people in America, we studied Romeo and Juliet in high school, and that's honestly the only one I remember studying in English class back then. And I remember really enjoying it at the time. I liked watching the Franco Zeffirelli film, and it was just like one of the most fun parts of the class for me. So that was probably when I discovered, like, hey, I might actually like Shakespeare. And then I was involved in the theater class in high school, and we performed A Midsummer Night's Dream, and I didn't have a really big role. I was Hippolyta, the queen, at the very beginning and the very end, who they kind of set up the whole action of the play. And at the time, I probably didn't appreciate that part. I was just looking at the fact that it didn't have a lot of lines. But as I get older and I watch that play more and I read that play more, I see how even the small parts are really integral in Shakespeare. So if you gave me that part now, I wouldn't be too upset about it. I probably would still have wanted a bigger part, but I appreciate Hippolyta a lot more than I did. And that was my first exposure into the comedies of Shakespeare, and I've loved that play to this day. So the next question is going to be a long answer, and that is, which Shakespeare plays and poems have you read? And I have read a lot of them. Even just based off of when I started kind of participating in ShakeTube. So I have read, we'll just go down the list. I have my notes in front of me if I'm looking down. As You Like It, Love's Labour's Lost, Merchant of Venice, A Midsummer Night's Dream, Much Ado About Nothing, Taming of the Shrew, The Tempest, Twelfth Night, Winter's Tale, Henry IV Part 1, King John, Pericles, Antony and Cleopatra, Coriolanus, Hamlet, Julius Caesar, Macbeth, Othello, Romeo and Juliet, and Timon of Athens. So I was actually kind of thinking that I was going to save this till the end of the month because I planned on reading some other plays that the other guys were doing, that, so I could add them to this list. Unfortunately, I put too much on my plate and I really only got to do the plays that I was discussing. So next year I'm going to think about that, and I'm going to try a little harder to not put so much on my plate for September, if they ask me back, of course. But I really need to finish reading all of Shakespeare's plays, and I'm kind of disappointed that I didn't this year, but oh well, what are you gonna do? And the next question is, which of the plays have you seen? And surprisingly, I have not seen as many as I would prefer. So I'm going to have to start, getting more exposure to that as well, because I always say, like, you should watch Shakespeare, you shouldn't just read Shakespeare. And then I actually wrote down how many I'd actually seen, and I'm like, I really haven't seen that many. So, so I have seen or performed in As You Like It. I performed in that one, and also I saw it because I, got to see the play as it went along and got to see the DVD version after. A Midsummer Night's Dream multiple times. I have been in it. I love it. It's my favorite Shakespeare play, so I have seen multiple movie and stage productions of that play. Much Ado About Nothing. I participated on the crew of Much Ado About Nothing in college, and I have seen the film version of that Kenneth Branagh and Emma Thompson. Why did I forget that name? Emma Thompson did, and I love that one. Taming of the Shrew, I have seen multiple interpretations of that. The Tempest, our local theater company, one of their first Shakespeare that they did when they came to our community was The Tempest, and it was awesome. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, I need to be involved in that company. Twelfth Night, my theater company did this with an all-male cast in the park, and it was glorious. The Winter's Tale, I feel like I saw a film version of this, but I cannot remember like what year it was. It felt really like retro, and now I have to try to find it because I just remember it being really weird, but I did see a film version of it. Henry IV, Part 1. I saw this in New York with Ethan Hawke as Hotspur, and I did not enjoy his portrayal of Hotspur. But it was a fun experience to see it in New York in a huge theater in the Round. It was really awesome. But I was not impressed with Ethan Hawke's performance, I'm not going to lie. Oh, Julius Caesar. I have seen the Marlon Brando version of this, and I also participated in a staged reading of this. If you have never heard of that, it's where like just actors sit up on a stage, and they're usually in black, and they will stand up and read certain parts at certain times. It's really interesting. I would have thought that would have been boring, but I actually really enjoyed being in it, and I've seen other staged readings since then, and they actually are pretty entertaining, especially if the readers do, a little bit of acting while they read. I've seen a filmed version of Othello in a Shakespeare class in high school, in college, but I believe Denzel Washington was in it, played Othello. Does that sound right? Somebody tell me if that's correct, because I feel like that was him, but maybe not. I don't know. I didn't research these before I wrote them out. And of course, Romeo and Juliet. I've seen the Leonardo DiCaprio version. Sorry, not sorry. I love that version. The Franco Zeffirelli version. I still need to watch. Apparently there was one in 2013 that somebody told me about, and I still need to watch that, but this month just got away from me, but I'm really interested to see it. And then just today, right before I came out to film this, I watched a version on YouTube of Hamlet that was done by Bob Jones University, and I'm going to link it below because it was actually really fantastic. It was really well done, and I am super impressed with Bob Jones University's theater department because it was really fantastic. And I still need to watch the Kenneth Branagh Hamlet, but I was not aware that it is 4 hours long. I was going to watch that tonight before we do our Zoom meeting, and Lukash was like, well, I hope you have off today because you're going to be spending 4 hours watching that. And I was like, oh, well, I don't. So I guess I'm not doing that. But I will watch it eventually because Kenneth Branagh does amazing things with Shakespeare. Okay, so now we're on to question 4. Do you have a favorite edition of the complete works of Shakespeare? I only have one version. This is a Barnes & Noble Complete Works edition. I don't know if it's the best, but it sure is pretty. Question 5, what is your favorite comedy? A Midsummer Night's Dream, of course. Question 6, your favorite history. I actually don't have this yet, and I have realized by being a participant in ShakeTube this year that I am really not very versed in the history plays. So I'm going to try to change that in 2021. I think that's going to be a goal of mine, to read all of Shakespeare's history plays, because I don't know why, but they kind of scare me, because I don't know enough about the actual history to read the history plays, I feel like. And I know that he like messes with the history and it's not perfect, obviously, but yeah, because I don't know the actual history, I don't know like what's really fake, that kind of thing. So I need to like kind of make a study of these various kings and read the plays and stuff as well. So yeah, to be determined on that one. Favorite tragedy? Well, at the beginning of ShakeTube, I would have said Romeo and Juliet, but after rereading Hamlet and watching that Bob Jones production, I might have to go with Hamlet. I think that is a brilliant play, and I can see why. It is one of his most famous and most quotable. So, but I'm not going to talk about that yet, because we're going to be talking about that tonight, and you'll see it on Saturday. Your least favorite plays? Well, at this point in time, having not read all of them, I'm going to say Timon of Athens is my least favorite play. It's just weird. Nothing exciting really seems to happen. Yeah, it's just odd. I mean, it's not bad. It's just like kind of like a bleh play. And second would probably be Pericles. That one was okay, but it was kind of a mess, and it only had like half of it was good in my eyes. The other half was just kind of not Shakespeare to me, which it probably wasn't. Number 9 is, which play would you like to direct? And I was thinking and thinking about this, but I really think that I would like to direct Love's Labour's Lost. When I read that for ShakeTube last year, I could not help but envision how I would set this up on the stage. And then even after I think I watched the Royal Shakespeare Company version of it, and it was set up really, really in an awesome way and interpreted really well. And I just thought, man, that would be such a fun show to try to stage. And I'm not like great at sets and stuff. Like, I can't build them. I would not be good at building them. But like, it was just one that I had a vision in my head for how I would want to do it if I were to direct. So I'm definitely going to pick that one. Although I will say I'm not really much of a director. So I'm much more comfortable on stage than bossing people around. And the last question is, which lesser known play do you think deserves more attention, or which lesser known play are you most excited to read? And so for that one, I decided on Love's Labour's Lost, also, because I feel like not a lot of people do that play or talk about it outside of like the Shakespeare community on YouTube. But I really, when I read it last year, I thought, wow, this is really funny, and just, the banter and the way it could be done, and the pretty strong female characters. I thought it's a really good play, and I'm surprised more people don't talk about it or produce it, because it seems like it would be fairly easy to produce in pretty much any staging environment. So yeah, I'm kind of surprised that I don't see it more often, but I'm trying to convince our theater group to do that one. I think that would be really awesome. So maybe once we're allowed to perform again, they can. And the bonus question is, which is your favorite play to teach or perform? I am not a teacher, but of course, my favorite play to perform in, because I've done it twice now, is A Midsummer Night's Dream. I've always had a desire, like my character that I most want to be is Hermia in A Midsummer Night's Dream. She's like my pinnacle character, but I'm much too old for that now. So unless, like, if there's ever a geriatric version of A Midsummer Night's Dream, maybe I'll get to play Hermia then. So yeah, when I move into the 55 and older communities or the retirement villages, that's the one I'm going to direct, and I'm going to put me in that part. Okay, friends, so better late than never, I have done the Shakespeare Tag. So if you participated with us this month in ShakeTube, I would really like to know your answers to these questions. If you are a participant with us in ShakeTube, I tag you. We still have a few more days in September to go, so get on that. All right, I am going to turn the air back on in my car because it is actually kind of hot here today. The fall weather has already left us. And yeah, I will see you on Saturday for the Hamlet discussion with Lukash, Jason, and Steve. And I hope that you were able to participate in some of our Shakespeare reading this month. And I will talk to you in another video, friends. Bye!